Welcome to Mirror Domains, and this is my movie review for Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar 2: The Way of Water was an excellent film, guys. Wow. I'm still mesmerized by just what it is I saw. Now, I knew that the visual effects and the visuals out there were going to be phenomenal, and James Cameron delivers. So I'm going to give you guys my straight-up thoughts on this. I saw it in the 3D version. I saw the high frame rate, and yes, I sat there for 3 hours just like this. Don't worry about that. The 3 hours flies by pretty fast. It does. Just because of what you're seeing on screen, and you're just kind of like, wow, that's awesome. This is the first movie, I'll say hands down, where I was seeing CG characters that I actually believed was there. James Cameron was right. He was right when he said Thanos has nothing on what they're doing in this film, because, this will be now the standard for CG characters, because the skin looked real. It looked phenomenal. Guys, Avatar: The Way of Water opens up in theaters this weekend. Let's go over to the IMDb, and I'll tell you the quick synopsis that they got up there. Jake Sully lives with his newfound family formed on the extrasolar moon Pandora. Once a familiar threat returns to finish what was previously started, Jake must work with Neytiri and the army of the Na'vi race to protect their home. Okay, so it's familiar, but actually the humans are not there for the same reason as I thought they were going to be from the first movie. They're there for a different reason, guys. So the story was evolving a little bit. I appreciated that. That's a good highlight of the film. So what do you got? You got good pacing, you got good visual effects, you got good visuals, just overall cinematography. It's breathtaking. The 3D in this, the high frame rate. Don't worry about the high frame rate, guys. It's going to be easing you through it. Like, it's a little bit maybe jarring for your eyes at first if you sit there and recognize, oh, this is at a different frame rate. But if you play a lot of video games at like the 60 frames per second or even higher than that sometimes, then this is going to look normal to you. There's nothing wrong with this. And this is going to pave the way that I think movies should be made from now on, because it just looks real, man. It looks real. Avatar: The Way of Water is an awesome film. And if you watched this channel before, guys, you knew that going into this, I had my apprehensions. I had my, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Oh, it doesn't have to be over 3 hours. Don't worry. The 3 hours blows by just like that. I love what I saw. The visuals, it's such a beautiful film. Such a beautiful film. James Cameron, he knocks it out of the park here. He does. Now, my OBS setup here doesn't do this justice, but you believe that these things exist. You believe that the Na'vi exist. They look real, for crying out loud. Now, as much as they look real, I would say that some of the CG backgrounds, and I called it on the trailer, they don't look real. That's a bit of a problem. Like, that doesn't look all that real. But don't worry, that's just a minor thing. Because once you get into the story and what's going on, it just sucks you in. And yeah, guys, bottom line, it's about family. And we kind of knew that from, just the setup of, them being on the run, and they go to the Water Tribe, which was really cool too. The Water Tribe was really cool. Now, I couldn't tell you their names for the life of me. They said their names throughout the film, and I guess that would be kind of a negative right now. I don't know any of the names of the family. I don't. So I would have to go back to the IMDb here, and let me just take a look at some of their names here. Because they have got like 4 kids. Jake, of course, we knew. Neytiri, we knew. Now, one of the drawbacks here, guys, I'm going to tell you this. If you want to see lots of Neytiri in this, she's kind of relegated to the back. It's really more about the kids. Kiri, I guess, was Sigourney Weaver. She plays one of the daughters, right? Of course, Stephen Lang plays the bad guy again. And they do a really cool job of setting that up. Cliff Curtis and Kate Winslet are kind of like the Cliff Curtis's Tom Wari. No, I didn't even know his name there. And I've seen the movie. That's the thing. Some of the names just go by you, and they use the names throughout, and it's kind of like you forget them. I had to look it up now. But yeah, Cliff Curtis and Kate Winslet were good. They do a good job. Edie Falco plays General Ardmore. Yeah, she's one of the bad guys. Okay. But as far as the kids, Took, Loak, Netiam, is that one? Netiam? You could, I didn't know their names. I still don't know their names. I just went by older son, younger son, older daughter, younger daughter. That's the way I remembered it, because they said their names, and I'm sure I'll get it on the second viewing. I know people will be like, but James, you need to know what their names are. No, I don't think. Well, hey, this is something that's going to appreciate in value. I think it will. My little things that I had going in where I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to be in here for the 3D. I don't want to see it in 3D, but don't worry, it's fine. It's great. You're going to be fine. And the only drawback is that you're not going to get much of Neytiri in this one. Does it set itself up for a sequel? For sure. It does feel like this is going to be part of a bigger franchise for sure. It's a very self-contained story in that aspect. It's basically them coming to the Water Tribe and, ingraining with that culture. That's pretty much what the movie's about. Of course, they got the bad guys with Stephen Lang after them and stuff too. But even that's kind of left open to possibly even being more, without going into spoilers. I don't plan to go into spoilers, but just the visuals alone, when they're swimming around underwater and stuff, phenomenal work. Phenomenal. I can't say any more praise for it than that. It's great work. Now, out of all the good things there that I said, I guess, is the acting good? The acting is good. Like the voice acting, I guess, because that's what it is. But there's also the motion capture of the face, I guess, I suppose. The motion captures of the face, of their faces were good. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you got good acting, you got good directing, good visual effects, good visuals, good cinematography. The other weakest part was probably the score. For me, the score, the soundtrack didn't work for me. It was kind of like a little lackluster. Maybe they were purposely trying to not maybe have it be over the top. For some people, it'll work, but for me, it was kind of like, that's probably the weakest part of this film, is actually the score. And that's just a minor thing. It's not a big deal, so what if it doesn't have the greatest score? It's not it's not a necessary ingredient here, because the visuals alone will hook you in, for sure. Guys, go and see it if you can. Other than that, yeah, you're just going to be coming out of the film with a huge smile on your face. There's going to be a couple of times in it where you'll be like, I can't believe I can't believe I'm seeing this. Like, this just looks so immersive. I feel like I can reach out and actually touch it. James Cameron's magic is in full force here, guys, for Avatar: The Way of Water. I'm somebody who really liked it. It's going to be in the talk for one of the better films of the year for sure, simply because of the visuals, simply because of the experience, because you're going to be wanting to talk about it once you're done with it, just like me right now. Yeah, it definitely has that shine. And it's a well-warranted shine to it. I say that some movies are like getting off of a roller coaster right after, and you just kind of like, wow. Avatar: The Way of Water is definitely that. So, with that being said, we kind of have to wait to see what happens once that shine wears off. It's kind of like, now I want to watch it in 2D to see if it still holds up. But let's go over to the tomato meter here and see if there's any scores up. Now, this is on Thursday night, so it opens wider in more theaters tomorrow. And I just want to see what some other people are saying. Maybe we got some audience score there. Okay, so it's come down 80% by the critics, 223 reviews as of 9:50 p.m. on Thursday night, 91% by the audience. So we forecasted that today on the movie news show that we do live daily, guys. We forecasted that the audience score is going to be higher than the critics, and it's well warranted. It's well warranted. So let's go take a look at some of the snapshot reviews and see what people are saying. See if we agree with some of them. Okay, so let's go to the Wall Street Journal here. Way of Water is an excursion in paradise. Would you criticize your week in the Caribbean for not having much narrative drive, or for being populated by thinly realized and interchangeable characters? Wait, is this a good review? This is. Well, that's supposed to be a good review? Huh. Okay, let's take a look at from the Times UK. Everything here is retread, restate, and regurgitate. You know what? I can't agree with that. I can't. I don't agree with it. I refuse. No. Because when you finish this, you're just like, okay, Mr. Cameron, please make more Avatar. And we know that Avatar 3 is already all shot, guys. It's all in the can. They're starting work on Avatar 4. So they just got to render that one. It'll be another 2 years before we get Avatar 3. Thank God they shot it back to back, because I don't want to wait that long. I don't want to wait another 12 years for Avatar 3. And we don't have to. This is one where it's like, yeah, I want to see more. And I do want to see more of the kids now. I do. This is slowly moving away from Jake and Neytiri. Yeah. Let's go back to the snapshot reviews and see what people are saying up there. See if we agree with what people are saying. See if anybody else jumps out at me here. Let's take another good one here from Fort Worth Weekly. You'd expect the visuals to be a strength of the movie, but they're not that good. What? That's supposed to be a good review? What? See, this is why Rotten Tomatoes is a little bit bah. You'd expect the visuals to be a strength of the movie, but they're not. Thumbs up. What? Seriously? How is that a good review? Well, let's just see what he said here. Disney's current Disney's current Strange World has more imagination or more imaginative crypto fauna than this movie. The animation is reminiscent of a top-end video game. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with what the heck they're talking about. That person, and that's supposed to be a positive review. Guys, the visuals, they are breathtaking. They are stellar. Characters being a little bit cardboard, maybe. I'll grant you that, because as I said, you don't know the characters' names. They'd have to beat you over the head because the names are that convoluted, right? They just don't resonate with you. For me, on my first viewing, as I said, I called them older son, younger son. That's the way I looked at them. Older daughter, younger daughter. And the older daughter, played by Sigourney Weaver, Kiri, is one of my favorite characters in the movie for sure. But yeah, whoever took in Loak, I couldn't tell you. Netiem, is that how you pronounce it? I think that's the older son. And Spider, Jack Champion, he did okay. He was the human son, right? We've seen him in the trailers briefly. And Syria is okay. Just pull up this page, James. Loak, yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're going to need a manual sometimes to follow this, but you're going to pick that up in repeat viewings, because Avatar, The Way of Water is definitely one of those movies that has a rewatchability factor to it, that you will want to watch it again simply because of the things that you missed, and you just like to be in that world. Yeah, Avatar, The Way of Water. Thumbs up in my books, guys. I think overall, the projections were going to be like 150 million on this weekend. I think it's going to be 175 million for this opening box office weekend. It is breathtakingly beautiful, guys. Like, these pictures don't do it justice. To see it in motion is so much better. Oh, there's Spider, and there's the Sigourney Weaver character in the background there, that daughter. Now, it does gloss over a few things in the story. Like, you thought it was going to be about the Gaia concept, that she can feel what the Earth or what that Pandora spirit is. That's kind of glossed over. They don't really, but we'll talk about that in spoilers. We'll talk about that in the spoiler review. That'll be up tomorrow for sure. We'll like the nuances in the story. I'm just wanting to try to convey to you guys my excitement for Avatar: The Way of Water, the way that I feel after watching it. Visual effects wise, I mean, seriously, what has been in the past? What has won in the past year? Dune won last year for visual effects. This blows that out of the water. Like, when I was watching this made me feel like what George Lucas did with the Star Wars. It's like he was advancing movie technology. He was doing crazy things with it, like Tenet. Yeah, Tenet. As much like Christopher Nolan's last film that people were kind of like, meh. Like, you know, they're pushing the envelope of what you can do with cameras, what you can do with the technology. You got that in Avatar: The Way of Water. You saw that there was a progression here. And that's worth seeing. That's worth seeing, for sure. It was just cool. As I said, there's a couple times in it where you're just sitting there watching the visuals and your mouth will be just like, that looks real. Oh my God. Wow. God, the computers and the rendering is phenomenal. It looks like real water. Maybe it is. You know that they shot this in a big tank underwater and stuff like that. The motion picture event of a generation. Well, not necessarily of a generation. But people are going to be talking about it. People are going to be talking about it because it's just visually stunning. Is that going to be enough to carry it throughout the holiday period? Yes, because there's not many other big movies coming out here in Christmas time. Everybody will be watching Avatar with their families, and I don't blame them because it's worth watching. I would give Avatar: The Way of Water, guys, as of right now, I would want to say an 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. But because of the story, because there are some things about the story that I would have to agree that perhaps it is a little bit flat in some spots, but you don't really care. You don't care. You like what you're seeing. I want to like these characters. I want to know more about these characters. I want to know more about what happens next. And that's what Avatar: The Way of Water will make you feel, right? And that's a good movie in my books. And if it does that, yeah, gets you wanting to talk about it. Avatar: The Way of Water is worth seeing in the theaters. Go see it with the glasses on. Look at me. I got to wear these glasses, and then I got to put these on top of that for 3 hours. Don't worry, man. It flies by just like that, and you really feel like you can reach out and touch some of the underwater stuff. It's a phenomenal achievement for James Cameron. Thumbs up in my books. Hey, you didn't expect that because I was almost wanting to pre-hate this movie, but I'm objective. I'm able to put my prejudices aside and call it as it is. Avatar: The Way of Water. It's cool in my books. 8 out of 10 for Avatar: The Way of Water. Go see it in the theater if you can, guys. And let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. What were your favorite parts? Who was your favorite character? Yeah, because I think for me it was Sigourney Weaver, the daughter character. Yeah. Or that whale. There's a whale in there that has or that whale creature. I like that one. I like that guy. If it's a guy, I don't know. It's just cool, man. Avatar: The Way of Water. Let's talk about it. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe. What else can you find here on the channel? As I said, we do that live news show daily, 12 p.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day. So there you go. And we do movie reactions, full movie reactions, full series reactions for things like The Peripheral and Wednesday. We do movie reactions for like Moonfall, Mortal Kombat, RRR, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. We do horror weekly shows where we talk about all the horror movie news headlines of the week. Hey, you're going to find something that you like here on Mirror Domains. If you love movies and you love talking about this stuff, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains. Avatar. Cool film, man. Cool.